Wait. Ah, shit. Computer set me up.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Thanks, computer. Prepare to engage.
Watch. On April 13th, Daniel Irving returned. Daniel Irving left home in a vehicle with 2 or 3 people in this car. Someone asked him to go allegedly fishing. This family and this mother continued during that day to call Daniel, no answer. Continue to call Daniel, no answer. Telling Daniel, use the emergency things that they had in place, able to locate Daniel. All of those things failed. Another day goes by. This mother notifies police that this is out of the ordinary for her baby, and she literally gave the police certain options. When I refer to which police agency that she reached out to, this was Rowlett Police Department. She asked them to ping his phone. She asked them to do whatever they could do to make sure that they could search for Daniel. We know that a couple of days later, that they eventually pinged Daniel's phone. And then the next day, they found Daniel inside of Lake Ray Hubbard. No answers. Nobody called. Daniel left with somebody, went out there at Lake Ray Hubbard with something. But nobody called his mother, his siblings. Nobody called anybody, nor called 911, nor went back to the house that they picked him up from. Nobody. They were met with silence, and they were asked to be patient. Now, we know that there were 2 people that Daniel was with. And those 2 people, one of those individuals came into Rowlett Police Department with his parents, trying to say that this was an accident, trying to display that this was an accident. Now, rather try to repeat his words, I am going to bring his aunt in just a second to give a little bit of behind the scenes of what this family has had to go through. But all we have to say is that if an accident, why didn't you call 911? And it is okay for this family to not accept that as a response or some reason of justification on as to why Daniel is not here. No parent should ever have to bury their child.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Because if you heard the guy say that the guy left home with basically 2 white boys, he didn't say it, so I'm gonna say 2 white boys supposed to go fishing. They came home, he did. His mother looked for him, called them, texted them, did all of the emergency measures they had in place, still no answer. Then she called the police. The police, pinged his phone a couple of days later, then they found him in the lake. One of the white boys went down to the police station and said it was an accident. And if it was an accident, just like the man said, why didn't you call 911? Why didn't you call his mother? Why didn't you alert the authorities to what happened? Instead, you went home and told your parents to come down to the police station with me. Why? Because they probably knew somebody in the police station to help you cover this up. Let's listen to a little bit more of this story and the relative speak about the situation.
I'm going to bring over Lakeisha Blake. I'm going to ask her that she spell her the spelling of her name before she shares what she has. Yeah.
Miss Irving reported her son missing under unusual circumstances, which were indicative. Daniel Irving had...
Why is everybody reading from a script? This the shit that pissed me off.
every intention of returning home, as his money and his ID were left at home. Yet the cries of Miss Irving regarding a mother's heart of knowing when her child is in danger were dismissed. This is indisputable. We, the family, are aware of the fact one of the Caucasians provided a statement to the Rowlett Police Department on April the 16th, 2026 at 12:55 p.m. himself as an individual who invited and observed Daniel drown, yet failed to call 911, render aid, and did not come forward 3 days after coverage of Daniel as a missing person expanded. We know the other male Caucasian implicated never came forward and was only interrogated after the initial individual came forward. We know both individuals extended an invitation to Daniel Irving, and according to their curated narrative, of which Daniel Irving is absent the ability to speak for himself, went home Monday evening after observing Daniel Irving drown by going underneath the water, went to bed, and reported to school Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, absent even attempted to contact Daniel's family. We, the family, are deeply inclined these individuals intended on no one looking for Daniel, fighting for Daniel, advocating for Daniel, and seeking justice for Daniel.
Okay, so we can stop it right there as it relates to this case. Because, as you heard the woman say, one of the white boys went to the police station 3 days after he reportedly drowned from an accident. And he didn't call nobody, he didn't do anything. But before he went to the police station, he went home, went to bed, went to school Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and only came forth when Daniel's case began to get attention. And the other dude never came forth and was only interrogated when the first dude came forth. Now y'all tell me, once again I have to always reverse it, if 2 black boys were in a boat with the white boy and the white boy drowned and they don't say nothing for 3 days and then they come and say, well, yeah, it was an accident, do you believe that these boys will still be able to walk free?
Right.
So I don't know what they said. And once again, Rolette, Texas, predominantly white town, 63% white, 13% black, more Latino, 16%. So this case is eerily similar. It's just like the white boys on the boat with nobody called anybody. Nobody came to the police. Nobody did anything until he was found. Now they lawyer up. Now they delete pages. Now they do all of these things. Those are acts of suspicion to me. And these white boys, I don't know the particular results of this case, but you can find nothing. Now you can find no news articles on it. I can just find this small little press conference by the family, as well as like a statement that the Rolette police released. But they didn't do the clear alert that they supposed to do when a person goes missing, which is non-consequential because he was already dead in my opinion. But that is something that they failed to do at the family claims as well. But once again, we have another high school student, 18 years old, full of life, that life was cut short after he went out with his white friends. Long story short, as we keep iterating, don't be the only.
That was it for that one. Yeah, the case is similar to the Nolan case, and we all know what's going on. This is a murder. Everybody fucking around looking over the bullshit like, nigga, this is clear cut fucking murder. And the motherfuckers that was with him are another fucking suspects. Motherfucker, one of the kids went to the motherfucking police station. It's 3 days later, mind you. It was an accident. What happened in this so-called accident? They was playing with something and he fell. But who knows? Who fucking knows? But gotta talk about the Nolan shit.
And you already know on this channel we hold the racist system accountable, because if we don't, who will? If you don't like it, get stepping, because it ain't gonna stop. Now I wanna tell you.
The urgent investigation after a Mississippi teenager was found dead. Officials say Nolan Wells vanished after taking a boat trip with friends on July 4th. Alex Perez has the latest for us. Good morning, Alex. Hey, good morning, Robin. The 4th of July celebration turned to tragedy for the family of Nolan Wells, and now they're hoping authorities will be able to pinpoint what exactly happened to him. This morning, the desperate search for answers in Mississippi after the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells. Authorities recovering a body believed to be the teen. Investigators and volunteers from the Cajun Navy spent the weekend urgently searching for Wells after he vanished from Horn Island on July 4th.
Nolan Wells was on a boat. He left from a private dock area in the Ocean Springs area and proceeded with his friends to Horn Island.
Wells was visiting the barrier island 10 miles from the Gulf Coast, boating with friends, last seen about 3 p.m. Saturday.
They left and went back without Nolan. From what we understand, he chose to stay there.
Later that night, when he didn't return home, his mother reporting him missing to police, and then quickly taking to social media, posting pictures of the teen, pleading for help finding him. The heartbreaking discovery made about 8:45 Monday morning when authorities say the Mississippi Community College wide receiver's suspected body was found in the water just off the shore. His mother writing, "His father, our family, friends, and I are absolutely devastated," describing Wells as a sweet son who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. Now, investigators say they suspect he drowned, but they're still interviewing friends who were with him as they work to pinpoint what exactly happened.
That's why we're still asking for information if anybody has anything, any knowledge.
And that information, the sheriff says, will help them paint a better picture of what happened to Nolan in the moments before his death. A toxicology report from the coroner's office is still pending. Guys, yes, the situation. We are definitely thinking of Nolan's family and just hoping that they'll get the answers that they desperately are searching for. Alex, thank you for being on this for us.
Many believe Nolan Wells didn't die by accident because the friends he was with reportedly told investigators they don't remember what happened, leaving more questions than answers as the investigation continues. Make that make sense. Like I always say, bro, in the words of Johnny Taylor, they running out of lies, getting hard to think of an alibi. I keep telling y'all over and over and over again, all these people do is lie, bro. You telling me on an island packed with Caucasian teens that nobody saw anything? Yeah, all right. Horn Island is a popular destination, so where is the footage? Don't even worry about it. We'll talk about that later on in this video. So before I spaz out, in these sundown towns, bro, racist people, they stick together no matter what, right or wrong. So guess what? We sticking together also, partner. Man, what it take?
These are Nolan Wells' friends that didn't remember anything, but they remembered to deactivate every single social media account that they have. Them, his girlfriend, their parents, all the accounts deactivated and wiped clean. All of them. Jax, Eric, Wyatt, Warren, Morgan, jail. Jail for everyone. Because you know, they're already circling the wagons. They're already lawyered up. But wait, their parents are doctors, lawyers, and judges. This is the father of one of his friends. And this is the stepmama, Ashley Cole. Court judge for Jackson, George, and Greene counties in the beautiful Mississippi has already deactivated her account. Deactivated all the accounts, and they have all unfollowed Nolan. And this is Katie, who's either a friend, close friend, or girlfriend, who is supposedly, allegedly cooperating with authorities because all the other friends are lawyered up and circling the wagons and not helpful and not talking. The doctors and the lawyers and the judges' parents of these 5 have said that they would like privacy, please, at this time. But you know what? Name them publicly. No privacy and no peace for Eli, also known as Jax, Eric, Wyatt, Warren, and Morgan. What happened to Nolan? What did you do to Nolan? His phone came back safe, but he didn't? Why were y'all arguing just minutes before he was reported missing? And y'all were continuing to party late into the evening. Other boats that were docked and parked next to yours saw y'all. But Nolan was missing. We're gonna find out. The truth shall come to light.
Reports claim some of the people who were with Nolan Wells deactivated or made their social media accounts private and retained attorneys shortly after his disappearance. Make that make sense. And first of all, I want to say thank you, man. Thank you to our people who always stand up on business, man, because the news, they ain't. And if I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying. See, I know it's something. The news, not one time they post this picture. Not one time did they say their names, bro. You want to know why? Because they all was drinking alcohol, and they all under 21. But wait. This is why they hold information. This is why they don't show us anything until a year later, 6 months later, because they want to edit the pictures. They want to edit the video. Edit the pictures. They want to edit the videos, bro. Look at this. What do you see, bro? What you see? The dude got 6 fingers. They tried to edit out the beer because he was drinking beer underage. And they tried to edit out the beer and they gave him 6 fingers. You can't make this shit up. I keep telling y'all, bro, they're going to always protect their own people. But that ain't it. The rabbit hole gets deeper. Check this out.
Horn Island is a popular vacation destination that attracts boaters, campers, fishermen, swimmers, and beachgoers from across the Gulf Coast every year because of its white sand beaches and natural beauty. Make that make sense. And in the words of the Spinners, it takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. They said it takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. These people ain't your friends, bro. I don't care about the all-white church you go to. I don't care about the all-white school you go to. I don't care about the all-white neighborhood you live in. I can go on and on, bro. They don't rock with us, man. If Horn Island is a popular attraction, bro, a popular destination, where is the footage? And don't tell me it's an island, ain't no cameras. It's 2026. Everything you do, everything you say is being recorded. And if I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying. And then I said, wait. They said a fisherman found Nolan's body. Where is the fisherman? Where is his interview? Why wasn't he on the news saying what he saw, bro? Why we don't have pictures of the fisherman? Because guess what? Ain't no fisherman. But this ain't nothing new, man. In these sundown towns, no one ever seems to know anything when it happens to our people. Matter of fact, let's travel back in time right quick. Check this out. Tamla Horsford's case is being compared because she died after attending an overnight party in Forsyth County, Georgia, where she was the only black guest. Her death was officially ruled an accidental fall, but many people question that conclusion and call it a deeper investigation. Make that make sense. And guess what? Forsyth County is another sundown town, and them racist people, they stood together just to make sure the truth never got exposed. If I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying. I'm talking about the cops, the judges, the attorneys, the DA, the FBI, the coroner, and her so-called friends, man. No one knew anything, bro. They didn't say anything. But it's not just Nolan. It's not just Tamla, bro. What about Kendrick Johnson? They still trying to cover up his death, bro. They all was in on it. It's not just Kendrick. What about Quador and Nazul Lewis from Georgia? They was found in a sundown town dead, bro, on top of a mountain. And how ironic, a hiker found them. A fireman came, he took a picture of them and sent the picture. He took a picture of their dead bodies and sent the pictures to all his friends on social media, bro. And they was laughing, man. Or what about the one-year-old baby in Mississippi that just got murdered by that cop? His name is Hunter Foster. Why isn't that cop arrested, man? Why was Walmart trying to hold the footage? Why was Walmart trying to protect that cop from murdering an innocent baby, bro? I can go on and on. I keep telling y'all, they gonna always protect their people. The game is never fair with us, but it's always cold. Nolan Wells was from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, about 8 to 10 miles from Horn Island. Ocean Springs is a predominantly white city with an estimated population of about 80% white and 8% black. Make that make sense. And just like in the Carmelo trial, man, Nolan, all his friends, all his classmates, all his neighbors, they're gonna turn on his family, man. They will protect each other, bro. That's why Carmelo, if you know, you know, bro. Because a dead man can't talk. And they're gonna make Nolan, they're gonna make him the villain, bro. See, Nolan got on a boat in Mississippi. He got on a boat with all Caucasian people, headed to an island on the 4th of July. That sounds like a KKK meeting. And if I'm tripping, in my comment section, tell me I'm tripping. And y'all already know, before I end this video, I have to always speak from my heart. Before I end this video, I have to always speak from my heart. I'm about to say, man, to me, that feels like a sacrifice. I feel like everybody in that town, everybody in his group, they knew what they was going to do to Nolan. That's why nobody is talking, bro. And that's why I'm always saying, just because y'all live in these white areas, man, it means nothing. Because when your child, when your relative gets in trouble, nobody is coming to save them. Nobody got their back. White people will always, Caucasian people will always protect their own. Right or wrong, it don't matter, man. It don't matter. They can know they in the wrong, and they still go lie for their people. They still go remain silent. They not go talk. They still will stay on code. If I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying, bro. I'm passionate about this shit, bro. Because dude was only 18 years old. He had his whole life ahead of him, bro. Now they say they don't know what happened to him. What you mean? It's 2026. What the cameras at? What the footage? When it comes to our people, you got every angle. You got every footage. Where the footage at? I'm not going for the BS, bro. I'm not going for, oh, we don't know what happened. You know what happened. That's a popular destination. Where is the footage, bro? Where is the videos? These kids have their phone all day, every day. Oh, now nobody know nothing, bro? They
don't know anything, bro. Now they got lawyers. Now they deactivating their social media accounts. What that tell you? That tell you they guilty, man. And look, to my people, I'm so happy y'all standing on business, bro. I'm so happy every time something happens to our people, y'all stand up on business. And I love that shit, man. Man, rest in peace to Nolan. I'm out.
Yep. Now, the first story I told was from a cat y'all probably never even heard of. Daniel Mike Irving. You know, the picture y'all see in my thumbnail. You know, all these cases are similar. All these cases leads back to racism. But let me tell you what nobody is talking about. Nobody. What's behind all of this? Why is this happening? Why is some pushed towards the mainstream and some being swept under the rug? They're trying to trigger, drum roll please, a fucking race war. See, the powers that shouldn't be don't give a shit if it's a civil war or a race war. The evil motherfuckers that's in power, they kicking back, relaxing and laughing. But what they don't understand is they're next. In the words of Goldberg, in the words of Bill Goldberg, these evil motherfuckers are next. But what we gotta understand is what's going on right now. And what's going on is they're trying to trigger a race war. But let me tell you this. You don't see no group of black people or a group of black teenagers grabbing a white boy and say, come on, let's go fishing, and then kill him. That's not going on. And we keep on hearing sundown towns, sundown towns, sundown towns. I remember when we had Black Wall Streets with an S, Black Wall Streets. And what happened? Burned us up, blew us up, flooded us out, forced us to move in these motherfucking crazy ass projects that they police and flooded with drugs and guns and had us killing each other. What people don't understand is y'all need to read up on Dr. Neely Fuller, so you can really truly understand. But what's going on behind all these cases, same shit, different pile. They're trying to trigger a fucking race war. And once it gets triggered, it is going to be devastating. But let me tell you something about my people. We don't do that shady ass shit. Simple. We don't do it. We're so conditioned smoking, drinking, fucking around, listening to fucked up music, scamming each other, killing each other, fighting each other, instead of fighting a real enemy. That's why there's going to be no race war. Because motherfuckers don't even believe in themselves that they have power. So racism wins in that department because black people don't know who the fuck they are. Not all of them. I mean, you know, not all of them. Some of us use our fucking brain, critical thinking skills, comprehension, discernment, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and all that good stuff to keep us alive. And most of us, we're in a state of survival, so ain't no time for no fucking race war or a civil war or a revolution. Real shit. That's why it's going to take small sets of teams in every major city, state in the country and fuck these evil motherfuckers up. That's what we gotta do. But people don't understand the gravitas of racism. Don't know the gravitas of slavery. All thing it is, they seen it in a movie and read it in a book. But to fathom what happened to our people, this is why I made Breath of the Ancestors and the Wrath of the Ancestors. Because our ancestors turning over in their fucking grave, seeing how we treating ourselves and seeing how we not fighting back. But I'm gonna fight. But anyway, let me get up out of here so I can go to bed. Gotta get up. Hope everybody have a cool Friday high day. And shouts out to the UK. I know it's gonna be a hot one. Be careful, because they say that heat gives out heat strokes and shit. Salute, Common Brandon. What up, though? But yeah, it's like one of them motherfucking heat waves in the UK. So be careful out there, Vonta. And shit, we might have a hot one a day in Detroit. I'm not really sure, but I know I work late, so no Detroit after dark tonight. So I'm gonna try to just knock these lives out. Just the first one after getting back off of work. I'll do another one when I get up, and probably work on the song too. Like if I can, I could drop the song. But is that it? Yeah, another video. Goddamn, sun is out. Yeah, another video for later, but I'm gonna have to look for it. I think something about the UK. I think they cracking down on the VPN shit. Like it's like people don't see 1984 happening in the front of them. They don't see it happening in front of them, and that's real fucked up. Like how they can't see that our privacy and freedom is being stripped away every fucking day. I can't believe they don't see that shit. I'm heated. This is why it's Viva la Revolution. The only solution is revolution. Destroy your government now. But anyway, this is HHN Special Stories. We talked about Daniel Michael Irving, like he went through the same shit as the last guy Nolan went through. And we need to look at this and motherfucking address these issues, because at the end of the day, you know, it's like this.
The way this country talks about black victims versus white victims is disgusting. Nolan Wells' body was found yesterday off the coast of Mississippi. If you didn't know, he was presumed missing and dead on July 4th. It is America's 250th birthday, and we're still dealing with this bullshit. He was celebrating with his friends for the 4th of July, and there's now circulating video that is going very viral of what looks to be him and his friends that he went with on the beach, and there's an argument. There's yelling happening. In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat? Was he drinking? Was he going from one boat to another? Now I'm going to give you a scenario, kind of morbid, so stick with me and trigger warning. If I show up dead, washed on a beach, my community of people where I was born are not going to go, well, how was Jake acting? Did he say where he was supposed to? Argument with people? No, it's going to go, what the fuck? We have someone that would kill people out here? Jake, I love that guy. He plays for the football team. I'm just putting myself in Nolan's shoes. Nolan plays for the team. He's friends with those people. And the conversation is about his behavior, just so frustrating. Like, racism is still alive and well, just in the dialogue. Just in the dialogue, as simple as that.
Right. Yeah, they did. You know why? Because they're...
Hold up, man. Where is that? Where is it? I'm trying to find another video. Is this one it?
£0.7 billion.
Nah. What the fuck? That was a video from earlier. I gotta be coming up to it. It's this one.
Hype me up. Hype me up.
Nolan, well, one, the actual Mississippi. So listen, if you got a little time, let me walk you through this. Cause that shit, I try to stay out of it till you get all the details, but since they're circling the wagons and refusing to help authorities, I'm going to tell you what I think's going on. This picture right here, you will see Nolan and 4 of his friends that went on a boat party on July 4th. Only 4 of them returned without Nolan. His cell phone back to his mother, claiming they haven't seen him since 3 p.m. These people right here remember seeing them partying and throwing beer cans and causing a ruckus and starting fights all the way up until 7:30 p.m. You want me to believe a friend of yours that you've known for years goes missing in Mississippi for hours and hours and hours, and you not only don't look for him, but then you go home without him, without calling the cops. You just bring his phone back to his mom, and then there's this video right here.
Was on my knees in the middle of a war zone, clutching a dying bird to my chest. No one understood why I would risk my life for something so small.
Right here.
Hate these fucking ads.
Did you hear it?
Yep.
There is clearly an argument going on shore where they clearly say, you're not getting on the boat. You know, they didn't have time to call the police or start an investigation right away. They had plenty of time to deactivate all their social media, to mention these little parents are judges, doctors, and other high-ranking members of the community. Let me see if I can play out what exactly happened here. Noah goes out on a boat with 4 of his friends. There is some sort of argument on shore. If a fight ensued, took him back out on the boat. I allegedly believe they did something to him. Then came back to the same spot they were in, partied all the way past 7:30 p.m. Have witnesses saying you were there, remember. Then brought his belongings back to his mom. Look, I hope I'm wrong here, but things aren't adding up. None of it makes sense. None of it adds up to something benign happened. Y'all need to be saying it's even if they didn't, each and every one of them for abandoning their friend, not even searching for him so that they could drink and party the rest of July 4th away. Be careful who you choose for friends. I promise you, the only way a snake can bite you is if it's right next to you. Rest in peace, Nolan.
Hey, bro, they did it. As soon as I saw this picture, first thought of my mind was he's a kid. It was literally the first thought I had in my head. I hate you racist pieces of shit. They did find his body, so we'll have to wait and hear what the coroner has to say. But knowing how the cops operate, they'll probably rule it a just like they did that black kid that hung himself with 2 broken legs.
Damn.
2 broken legs. Yeah, that happened too. That was last year.
I didn't know about
The
that.
kid with 2 broken legs hung himself. You white supremacists got another thing coming, because you're going to have to deal with people like me.
Yeah. And that guy that was talking, he's white. He don't like white supremacy or racism either. He's on the side of the revolution. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's a lot more videos like this. There's a lot more videos like this. Because I'm talking about even white people fed up with this shit. They like, man, this is too much. This is too much. Fuck y'all racist pieces of shit. Nah, y'all gotta do with people like me. A motherfucker that's tired of seeing this racist shit. You know what I'm saying? See, whether anybody know it or not, we're one step closer, one step closer to a Bacon's Rebellion Part 2. And I can't wait. And if anybody don't know what the Bacon's Rebellion was, the Bacon's Rebellion. Po blacks, po whites got together, fought the government. You know? And then motherfuckers got manipulated. Then it was black versus white. Shit crazy. We had slave catchers and fucking night watch, which is the first police. You know, so we dealt with a lot in this country. We dealt with a lot around the world. We would never evolve as a species. Never. We would never evolve as a species if we keep this up. I don't give a fuck how smart a motherfucker is, how many degrees they got. If in their heart there is like murderous intention towards a person from another color, something is up. That's mental illness to me. All because a person is not the same color. But all this accumulation, they've been trying to trigger this race war forever. And we keep trying to tell you, we ain't gonna do it because we're too busy in survival mode, and the others smoke, drink, fuck around, and the other ones trying to stack up bread to get the fuck out this goddamn country. And the other ones are still here trying to stay out the fucking way. But they've been trying to trigger a race war since the cops been shooting us in the fucking back, unarmed. And last but not least is fear. Fear is what holds us back from a revolution. Fear is what holds us back for a real civil war. Us against the government, black and white, against the government. Just like in the Baker's Rebellion. They need a movie of the Baker's Rebellion. That ought to be the shit. I should write it. But I got to do a lot of studying. And when I write it, it's going to be phenomenal. Like I'm gonna be better than Spike Lee and John Singleton. But let me get up out of here. I'm about to go to bed. Might be up around like what, 11, 12. I just need some sleep. I just need some hours of sleep. Smoke this last blunt and call it a night. Shout out to Comic Brandon for coming through. I know I ain't getting no notifications. And I know some people don't really like the topic of racism, but shit, we just calling it out. And we're just listening to the facts of the case and all the shit that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? But yet, they call me racist for calling out racism or talking about it. Because it makes people uncomfortable. Yep. So, some people got to understand, like, yo, I understand it's uncomfortable, but we have to address it. And we have to get rid of it. How do we get rid of it? We destroy the motherfuckers that do it. Duh. Overtly or inadvertently. Like real shit. The ones that made it a fucking machine. I guarantee you, once we start motherfucking blowing up power structures, killing cops, y'all better run. Viva la Revolution. Baker's Rebellion 2. And on a final thought, we all gotta live on this planet together. Why we all can't just get along? Why we all can't put our mind, money, resources, and manpower together and create a utopian earth? There's the true people at the top, the real people at the top, they don't want it. I don't give a fuck if they're human or alien. They don't want it. They don't like peace. These motherfuckers are evil. And I say good and evil is a state of mind. So whatever I deem evil is fucking evil. But that being said, let me get up out of here. Hope everybody have a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, cool night. This is HHN Special Storage. Let me tell you a story. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. And much love to the UK correspondent. Hope you're doing all right. Hope everything's straight over there. It's been a minute, but hit you up and hit everybody up and get my salutes. And I'm out. Salute Comic Brandon for coming through, and shout out to everybody else that hit the like button. Peace.